Hey guys, this is Chris Gonda from PureGrainAudio.com. We're in Toronto at Kool Haus, and we have the pleasure of interviewing Unearth. Please introduce yourself.
Absolute bass player of Unearth.
Sweet. Just to start, how's this tour with Dimmu Borgir, Kataklysm, and DevilDriver been going so far, and are all the bands getting along thus far?
Yeah, everybody's cool, having a good time. We're only a few days in, so I think it's setting a pace for a good time all the way through.
Prior to this tour, you guys were, of course, on tour in January, and I think a little bit of February with Slayer, none other than. Tell me about that.
That was a good time. Drank a lot of booze, did a lot of shots of Jaeger with Kerry King. Had a good time. It was really cool to share the stage with those guys.
Sweet. Was there any particular show or like extremely funny incident that stands out that you want to tell us?
That's a good question. I'm always so drunk that I don't really remember these things.
That's good enough.
I always think that I should answer this question. I should have a good answer, but I never do because I just drink all the ideas out.
It's all good. Let's talk quickly about Adult Swim, the Cartoon Network, and of course Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Are you guys a fan of the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. Apparently you have a song that's soon to be on the soundtrack and in the film, in the feature film that's coming out. The name is The Chosen. Tell me about how the collaboration came to be.
We had some ideas for a song that we didn't use when we recorded 3 in the Eyes of Fire, and it was kind of a rockin' tune. We all really liked to play it, and it was like kind of different from every other Unearth song. And it didn't make the album because we never finished the song when we went in to record, but we had it there just in case we did need it. We could have finished it in the studio. But then we got the call from these guys, and they wanted us to do a song for it, and we had 1 week to do it. So we pulled up these riffs, and we were like, okay, well, let's put this song together, record it, see what happens.
Cool.
And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, well, then, well, you know, but it worked out great. You know, we whipped it out, wrote the song, recorded it, mastered it in a week, and we were stoked on it, and so sent it out, and they were psyched with it, so they made it.
Excellent. I did listen to it a few times yesterday on your MySpace page, and it's still a brutal and fast song, but it definitely has a lot more of a rock vibe than your traditional sound, so to speak. Is there a reason in particular why you didn't choose it for your album?
No, like I said, we just didn't have it finished at the time, and we just didn't have enough time before we went to the studio to do it, and we already had 11 songs set up anyways, and one of those songs didn't make it, so we took that 11th song plus The Chosen, which would have been a 12th, and gave them both those songs, and they chose the Chosen. So
either way, you would have done something with that song.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Although it's being released on the CD soundtrack for the movie, do you guys intend to do something with it yourselves still?
We haven't even thought about that, to be honest with you. Chances are we probably won't do anything else with it. We've played it live a few times, and we do love playing the song, but who knows what will happen with any other recording. So.
Fair enough. Does this song's theme, or the title, The Chosen, factor into the movie at all? Does it relate to maybe a scene, or?
I honestly don't even know. I haven't seen the movie. I've been on tour for so long. We just got back from a month long in Europe, so and then had a day off at home before we jumped on this tour. So I haven't seen any movies or anything. I don't even know what the movie's about, aside from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
For sure.
But yeah, I'm kind of out of the loop, man.
No worries. It goes back to that being drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I get that
I
too.
drink to forget, I guess. Forget to drink sometimes.
Of course, in August of last year, you guys released your most recent album, 3. Now that it's been out for a while, are you guys still stoked on it yourselves, having played it so much?
Yeah, I love the album. I'm really anxious to rehearse some of the songs that we don't play often on that disc, and play those songs. We've been playing a few of the songs, Giles, March of the Mutes, This Glorious Nightmare, for quite a while now. We were playing So It Goes for a little while, and Blood Dry. I'd like to bring those songs back and play them a little more often, but it's hard to find time to get those songs tight when you're just constantly on tour, and you're not sound checking every day. We're just kind of going up there and doing it, so it's something we got to put up with. But what do you do?
The disc no doubt brought you a ton of new fans, a ton of popularity, press, amongst other things. What changes or differences have you noticed from the musician's perspective with regards to the band?
I don't think there was any changes at all. We've always been a band that just wrote and played how we feel, and I thought this album was a little heavier than the past stuff that we've done, but that was what we felt at the time. We had been on the road for so long, we've been in each other's faces for so long that there's that just cold abrasiveness of just wanting to go home and relax for a few, and we never really had a chance to do that a whole lot, and so this album came out cold and abrasive and heavy because of that. And but we kind of had the same Unearth formula the entire time, so. But we weren't mad at it being a heavy album at all. That's kind of like where we're at. So.
That's the point, man.
Yeah,
heavier is
that's
better.
what we are, man. We're a heavy thrash band, whatever.
So some things have obviously changed. For example, the movie, they came towards you. They said, you know, give us a track, whatever it may be. Have there been any other cool things that have developed, do you think, because of this most recent album?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. Like I said, you know, I've got my head in so many other facets of the band that sometimes that I'm not the guy that gets that information. That's a question for Trevor, actually.
Fair enough.
He kind of deals with all that stuff.
Go for a beer sponsorship.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
With 3, when you guys started recording it and writing new material, obviously there were certain sentiments and feelings that you guys were going through at that point in time that came across in the album. Do you think that the album has helped resolve any of those? Do you feel like you're in a new spot now?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's I guess we weren't trying to heal like any personal wounds with the music or anything. I think we were just trying to vent. And,
okay.
You know, we got that out of our systems.
Good.
And, you know, and we're getting by with life and whatnot. But I respect those songs that are about you know, our friends that have passed on and whatnot, and I think about them every day. But it's certainly not a band-aid on a wound or anything like that.
Well, I guess it was cathartic in some senses to get it out and push
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
I realize you guys are probably going to tour off of this album for another year or so, but do you have any new material that you're working on other than this Aqua Teen song?
Everybody's got ideas floating around and things that they're plugging into their laptop every day when they're just jamming on their own. So, you know, I haven't heard all of what the guys have. I know what I have, and I've heard a couple things from Buzz and Ken, but I think we're just going to wait until the end of the year, probably the end of the summer, actually, and start writing. We'll have a couple months off before we do a headliner or whatever we end up doing in October, and so we'll sit down and try to write a good 6 or 7 tracks before the end of that tour, and then we'll go right into writing the rest of the album and recording it this winter.
Sweet. So it sounds like this year is going to be busy. After this tour, recording new music aside, what do you guys have lined up?
Well, as soon as we're done with this, I'm going to go home for a couple weeks, and then we're going to go back to Europe for the Download Festival and a bunch of the other festivals that go on there. And then in July, we're going to go to Australia. And then what else are we doing? I think that's all we're going to be doing before we come back to the States and do one more tour for the end of this album cycle.
Cool.
So, yeah. The end of the summer will be nice and relaxing, hopefully, and we'll get a chance to write more material and whatnot. But yeah, we're right in the heart of the hardest part of the touring cycle right now. 3 tours all back to back, and this is the 3rd of the 3.
At least you'll have some time off coming up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Guys, Unearth, there's literally nothing else to say. If you haven't heard of Unearth yet, you're a complete idiot. And if you don't go and check them out, then 10 years from now, when these guys are one of the main metal bands in the world, you'll say, fuck, I should have listened to Chris.
I agree with him. Listen to Chris.
Cool, man.